Would you rather listen to us talk about Disney, or would you rather be eaten by a shark?
All this and more on this episode of My Disney Addiction Podcast. That'd be pretty gruesome. Eaten by a shark.
I think most people would choose the eaten by a shark than listen to us.
Really? Really? You think so? I think we have nice voices. But seriously though, sharks.
Dude, Shark Week.
Shark
Animal
Week
Planet.
coming up. I'm excited.
Does
for
Animal
it.
Planet still exist?
You know what? I think it does. I think they've changed their logo every so often, but
'Cause I remember
it's still
Ani-
kicking. Still kicking.
Yeah, Animal Planet. I haven't thought about that in that was a big thing when I was in high school.
That was.
Dang, that was a long time.
That was. Yeah.
Hey guys, we are back, kicking.
Swimming, punching,
We're ready to go.
flying,
Swerving,
talking,
mumbling,
spewing,
spitting,
laughing,
joking,
bouncing.
leaping. Well, okay, we got to
Yeah, I know.
We could keep going.
You were on top of things. I was like, man, I don't even know all these adjectives.
We can keep going. We can
all
keep
these
going.
verbs. Okay. But anyway, yes, we are back. We are talking about some more Disney Would You Rathers because that was so much fun last
It
time.
was really fun, and so I think we might make this a little bit of a ongoing little fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So this is how the game works, is that, as you guys know, kind of based off of the intro, and you guys probably had those, would you rather do this, or would you rather do this? It's one of those pick and choose, and it's going to be a rough one. Obviously not like
Really,
the intro.
a rough one, not a tough one this time.
Rough one. That's going to be tough.
It's gonna be tough and rough.
Tough. I mean, you can be roughed up because you're not tough.
Ooh. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah, when you're not Rocky.
You're rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're not Rocky, then that means you're not Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was sort of thinking that you were gonna go that way, but anyway.
Okay.
So, would you rather? The
Go.
loser gets eaten by sharks, literally.
Wow, this escalated quickly. That is not where I was planning to go with it. All right, Greg. So why don't you do us the honors? Oh, and by the way, for you guys who don't know, I do have a new shirt on.
Oh man.
Today, it says, "My favorite Disney princess calls me Daddy." My it probably got really loud because my mouth got right to the microphone. No, so my mother-in-law got me this shirt as a gift for after my daughter was born, or right before we got to Disney, is because I call my daughter Princess. I call both my daughters Princess, but just that idea, she's my little Disney princess, and I love her so much. I can talk about my girls all day. I love my girls.
I don't have any girls yet, but and I got this shirt for like $10 at Target. So there's my story for my shirt.
Yeah.
Yours is a lot more.
What is that?
More endearing. I'm so fly, I never land. Peter Pan shirt.
Yeah, I get it.
That's right.
Yeah, that joke never gets old.
No, it never gets old. Rim shot. Boom.
All right,
That's
enough
great.
of that.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, what you got for me?
So we're gonna take this nice and slow first. Try to do a would you rather. Would you rather decide to go on a road trip with your favorite Disney character down to Disney and experience it, or would you rather take a flight first class and have any Disney snack or meal during the plane ride to Disney?
Okay, so clarify what you mean by Disney character. What do you mean by that?
This could mean any Disney character. It could be Donald Duck. It could be Jack Sparrow.
Oh man, which would I rather have?
Yeah. Would you rather have just indulge yourself upon the finest Disney cuisine known to man while you fly 37,000 feet above the air, above the ground, in the air?
Oh, we'll say above the air is
Yeah,
in
I know.
space.
I was like, wait a minute, what stratosphere, what mesosphere are we in? No, or would you, take a cruise with your favorite character?
Okay, hold on. You just picked three. A would you rather is this
Well,
or
you know,
this.
you're cruising. You're
No.
cruising.
Would you rather
Would
is
you rather?
That's an assumption. It's this or this,
Right,
not
exactly.
this or this.
There wasn't a third one.
But you just said a cruise. You
Yeah,
picked car ride, plane.
Right. Well, when I say cruise, I meant like you're cruising down
Okay,
the road.
okay.
I'm sorry.
For a second,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, like we're actually thinking about a literal cruise. So
Yeah. I was like Disney Cruise Line. I'm like, wait, you can't do that.
road trip,
Okay.
or plane ride down to Disney, but you either get to indulge upon Disney food, or be with your favorite character, Disney character.
Oh my goodness. I think I would have to go road trip with a Disney character.
Ooh, okay.
Don't even ask me what the character would be yet. I don't even know because
I know there's so many.
there's so
going
many
on.
Disney characters that I could pick.
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking of if minus the fact as long as he doesn't like scare me
So
would be Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington.
Because he's the king of screams, and
Ah.
he's like, I'm like, okay, so you don't freaking scare me,
Right.
then I'm cool with that.
Right.
But I mean, like, there's so many different Disney characters now, because like, right? Because then there'd be even weirder things. Because then I would be like, well, Disney owns Marvel, so there's a lot of Marvel characters, or there's Star Wars characters. Now they own Fox.
Now they own the world.
So I'm like, who do you choose? I don't know. I would choose a road trip with a Disney character because then I can actually talk to them and be all like this and
Yeah.
it'd be cool to get to know be like try to pick into like Jack Sparrow's mind. Like
Yeah. It's like so. Tell me
do you
about-
actually plan any of this? Because the amount of stuff that I've seen you do, it looks really well planned, but you act like it wasn't planned.
Right.
So unless you're an amazing genius who just on the fly understands all physics and geometry,
Yeah. I mean, he has a compass that's broken.
like how I don't get. So I mean there's things I don't know. So I would have to choose that one. I love food. I love indulging in like good food, but there is a sense in which you can't beat interaction with people.
True. But don't pick a character that's too kooky because again, it's a road trip down to Disney and it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get too tired of them. But I would definitely agree with you and say I'd want a road trip with a Disney character because if you pick like a Disney princess or prince, you can sing along to some of their songs, some of their greatest hits, And
Yeah, but
what road trip isn't complete with a good sing along?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
But some of those questions, like, it would be fun to engage with some characters.
It would be.
In a certain way. Like,
Yeah.
for me, like, philosophically, it'd be fun to engage
Indeed.
Tony Stark on the
Ooh.
idea of, like, okay, well, where do you think rights and potential obligation to the government falls in? Like, the whole Civil War issue.
Sure.
Like, here's a philosophical
You're going
discussion.
deep, man. I like that. You
Well, that's another main area of study of mine is, like, philosophy and theology.
sure.
So, I mean, like that would also be fun, like that. So I don't know. It's just there's way too much, and then there would be other people that I would get into. That'd be fun to have philosophical arguments with. Be like with like Yoda or somebody. Be like, you have this rigid standard, but do you not see the potential impacts of what happens to somebody?
Always in motion, the future is.
Yes. So it's to me, I love engagement. I love getting to not argue with people, but I like actually discussing and getting into dialogue and potentially debate. Because in debates and dialogues and even not heated, they can be heated, but not hateful disagreements. But even if they're heated disagreements, you learn a lot about people
That's
that
true.
way.
That's true.
So yeah. So I think I would have to go with that path. What would you do on this?
Yeah, I would also choose the road trip with a character, for sure. Again, to your point, you just get to interact with them, engage with them, pick their brain, see what they think. I also would like to, pick a character that has like some awesome songs you can jam along to.
Okay.
Favorite Disney princess is Jasmine, so if I had to choose like a princess to take a road trip with, it'd probably be her, and we'd sing a whole new world.
Fully clothed though.
No, it's the slave girl, Jasmine. At the end of the movie. Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say that. Inside a small car it could get a little stuffy, so why not wear something that's breathable?
Because you got AC or windows. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. So anyway, Jasmine would probably be my Disney princess pick to do a road trip down to Disney with.
Here's what I'm doing, like huge philosophical. I want to engage people, and he's like, I'm gonna pick the hot girl in no clothes.
Scantily clad, as it were.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. She's great though. And then then we can play I Spy
I want
on the road.
I really want your girlfriend to listen to that response. Yeah, you just thought about that, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
No, I think it'd be I think it'd go over well.
Oh gosh, I love how ignorant you are. Oh, you're so naive.
I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm just saying that.
Well, obviously it won't happen. She's not a real person.
She's not.
Gosh. Oh my gosh, you're. Oh my.
I mean, yeah. So it would at least pass the time.
You couldn't even pick like a real person.
You
couldn't
picked Tony Stark.
You couldn't even pick like somebody that was.
It's a Disney character. No Disney characters are real.
No, but that was embodied by an actual physical human being. Like you couldn't even pick.
Okay, fine. The live action Jasmine. She's still...
Naomi Scott?
Yes, Naomi Scott.
What is wrong? She wasn't that scantily clad.
It's my road trip fantasy.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, man. I stick by my decision.
God, I hate you. Okay.
Okay, so that was my question, and that was my answer to my question, which I think was the better of the two. But we'll agree to disagree on that one. Anyway, Chris, you're up. What would you say?
My next question for you: would you rather?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have an all-expense paid trip with food, airfare, and and room
board
and money to spend?
Holy smokes, game changer!
$1,000 a month, a day, $1,000 a day to spend.
I'm already liking that.
I forgot which one it was. It's either Shanghai Disney or Tokyo Disney.
Okay.
Which either one? I forgot which one it was.
Ooh, so
which one I'm thinking of? I'm trying to think of which one, but I forgot which one's bigger.
I want to say Disney Sea, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah, that one. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have all expenses paid? Same thing. To go to Disneyland Paris.
The first one.
The first one.
The first
I was
one.
gonna call it Euro Disney, but that hasn't been called that since like the 90s.
Yeah, I know. You're dating yourself, man.
Because my brain was like Euro Disney. I'm like, no, it's not called that
Disneyland
anymore.
Paris. Yeah, I think that is a good question. I would choose doing the all expense paid trip, everything, yada yada yada.
Well, same thing, just different.
Just different parks.
Yeah.
I would definitely go with Tokyo Disney Sea.
I would agree.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. So I mean, I don't know.
I just set myself up for my own answer.
You did, yeah. But it's okay though. Spoiler alert: Chris agrees.
What's the chances of that?
Well, so yeah, I think I mean, of course, it's hard to really let you know about why I like that park better. I just think I would enjoy it more. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's a little bit newer, and Tokyo Disney Sea. Again, I love the whole nautical aspect. I love the Disney Sea theming, and I think it would just be really, really cool. It is on my bucket list to go to every Disney park in the world, but if I had to choose which one to go first, it would definitely be, out in the Orient.
Yeah, I think it would be a great experience. Very culturally different.
Yeah.
Food. I mean, so they have the Disney branding, because I'm pretty sure once again, I don't know if it's Shanghai or Tokyo. I'm pretty sure it's Tokyo Disney. That Disney license out the name and characters and things like that, but they don't own the park. Essentially, like a different company owns the park. Yeah, I forgot which one it was.
That.
I don't know if it's Shanghai or Tokyo, but
I want to say maybe it's Shanghai.
I don't know. I forgot which one.
You got a 50-50 shot.
But yeah, I would agree. I think that one would be mine. And here's the other issue though. I would like Disneyland Paris. I don't want to say that it's too much like America, but I feel like I don't know. Because there's so much talk about Disneyland Shanghai, Disneyland Tokyo. Disney Tokyo, Disneyland, and Shanghai Disney, there's not as much talks about Disneyland Paris.
No, I think it's because, again, just the culture. Because out in Japan, I know that Japanese culture and just the guests that come from there, they love Disney, and that's what allowed them to help westernize, the country. So I think they're all aboard when it comes to.
You are so
Disney.
historically wrong. It's insane.
Well, it seems like
The westernization of Asia did not happen in the in the early 2000s.
I'm saying for Tokyo Disney
You're about
Sea,
150 years off.
No, it helped because I believe in the past, especially in like the early to mid 20th century, Disney and Disney characters were something special to the Japanese. And the reason why, when they were looking to expand at that time to Disney Sea, because
Do you know what century you just said?
Did I say the 19th century?
Yeah.
I meant the 20th century. Sorry about that. The 20th century. It's the 1900s.
I would say now you're about 100 years off from the other side.
I can just tell you're like roiling. It's like, oh my gosh, what is?
I'm a history fanatic. People,
But anyway, I think it helped them. And I watched like a documentary or something saying that like the Japanese are crazy about.
This is not the woke episode coming from this
Disney.
guy. Everything you're saying.
Well, you're
You're talking about women. You're talking about the Orient. It's like, oh my gosh, dude.
They love Disney characters, and when Disney, I forget who was the CEO at the time, Eisner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael Eisner.
When he was looking to expand it, they definitely chose Japan because that was one of the countries that just absolutely loved Disney, and they were actually clamoring to get some type of property out there.
Yeah.
So I think it comes with a more positive spin and attribute for Disney, because then I remember when they tried Euro Disney or Disneyland Paris in the 90s, it didn't really go. It was the culture clashed, or there was a lot of obstacles for that park. So I'm sort of coming at it with that too. Whereas I think it just with the whole backstory of it all, I think Disney Sea would be at least more enjoyable. I mean, I'm not saying Disneyland Paris won't be enjoyable. I think that would be fun, but I would choose Disney Sea first.
All right, excellent. All right, Greg. Your next question for me.
Oh man, I was so focused on that question, I really haven't thought about it before. So I think I would have to go to a cruise question. Now I know that you haven't done.
I have not, so this is not going to be fair, but
I
okay.
haven't done a cruise.
Well, that's what the whole point of Would You Rather's. It may not even be realistic at some point.
True. So would you rather go on a 7-day cruise?
Okay.
Up in Alaska.
Nope.
There we go. Or would you do a shorter cutoff cruise, like a 4-day, 3-nighter down in the Caribbean?
Yep.
That was super easy for him. Super easy for him. So is it more just because of the climate? Is it more because of the port of calls?
Yeah, I'm much more of a Caribbean warm weather beach kind of person.
Okay.
And I know it can get very warm in Alaska. It can get up to 90 degrees during the day in Alaska.
True.
In the summer. I know that. But north does not intrigue me. We live in Wisconsin. I don't care about going north anymore.
We're already so much north.
Yeah.
So farther north.
It's like, dude, I got enough pine trees and snow. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
So like,
That works.
I'm not. There's beauty in Alaska. I've seen pictures.
I've seen pictures.
No, I mean, I don't have to have gone
True.
to Asia to see beauty in landscaping or animals or anything like that. I'm not downplaying that, but my aesthetic is much more. I love the ocean. That is my thing. Like, whether I'm in California, Florida, the Caribbean, I love being at the beach and at the ocean.
There you go.
So that's just my thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I like that. Okay, yeah,
Yours?
that was a nice quick one. Well,
I know you're
mean,
gonna choose Alaska because you're just gonna disagree with me.
I'm gonna choose Alaska just to disagree with Chris. No, but I think it would be a really cool change of pace. I mean, I'm sort of biased because I've already done a Caribbean cruise. or a Bahamian, right?
I've already gone to the Bahamas.
I've already gone to the Bahamas, thank you. So I think an Alaska cruise or even like a Norwegian cruise would be really cool. Sponsored by Disney.
Hold on. Okay, now you just threw a wrench into something. Not a Norwegian cruise. Not cruising up the European coast. You talked about going to Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska.
That's different than.
But it's north. So when you said north, I'm like, okay, I'll just fit it in.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. I'm going from America,
Yeah.
continental,
Right.
going past Canada, which nobody cares about, into Alaska. America, past nothing to America. Europe, never been there, totally different. Europe.
I'm not saying we're starting in like the southernmost port of Europe and going up. I'm saying like in Norway with the fjords.
Yeah, but whatever. But what I'm saying is
All
that's
I'm
a
saying-
totally different thing.
Okay, sure. Would that change your
Yes,
answer?
I would do that.
So you
then.
would do just a Norwegian cruise over a Caribbean cruise.
Yes, because that's a totally different thing. Because that's like saying, hey, go on a cruise. You're America, Canada. Okay. Back to America. Okay.
Okay, well here we go. That was an accidental wrench, but one I think that was good though, because I needed that clarification.
See,
'cause when you said it's just north, I don't want to go north. I'm like, okay, then you doesn't like north anywhere along the northern hemisphere. if you will.
No, not an issue with the.
You can
we
see
we
the north-
are in the northern hemisphere.
We are, but even norther, even more north,
Further
but-
north.
farther north, farther.
Whatever.
I know semantics and
So-
and English.
No, but that's the difference. Is like saying, hey, do you want to go from Wisconsin to New Mexico? Sure. Do you want to go from Wisconsin to Washington? Sure. It's like, okay, city, woods. It's not like saying, hey, do you want to go from Wisconsin to Paris? Yeah, that's a
Hey.
That's a completely different culture.
It is, but you'd be on a boat, and it'd be awesome.
So,
Okay,
whatever.
good clarification there, because I was more literal.
That was-
It's like Chris just doesn't want to go north from Wisconsin anywhere. So now I figured it out. But anyway, yeah. If I had to just say an Alaskan cruise, yes, because that'd be cool. You still get to see the aurora borealis, get to see the northern lights, which they're one and the same. But it would be just a lot of cool just to go up there, just because I've been down south, closer to the equator so often.
All right. You're. We need to do so many fact checks on what you say. It's insane.
Honestly, yeah, this episode I've gone off the reservation. I'm free range Greg right now. Anything goes.
Oh my goodness.
It might not be correct. In fact, it probably will not be correct.
So it's a Greg fact.
So this whole episode is just one big old Greg fact.
Jeez. All right. So Greg, wait, did I just ask the question? That was your.
No, that was
okay.
me.
So that was your second question. Here's my second question. Okay. Would you rather do ABD? In case you guys don't know, Adventures by Disney. Oh, ABD, not
Yeah,
ABD.
I was like,
So,
where's
ABD.
the V?
Sorry, ABD. I always get that mixed up. ABD.
ABD?
Yep, Adventures by Disney.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, it's kind of like you're doing a tour, but it's put on by Disney. So Disney literally has tour groups that will take you anywhere in the world. And so if you want to do a Europe one, Disney has an ABD that'll go there and do ones that you're traveling in Italy and that's all you do. Or you just travel in Germany or England
Or New Zealand.
or China or even in the Americas. Like there's
On the moon.
No. So there are ABDs all over the place. And the thing is with ABDs, they are pretty expensive. And by pretty, I mean they're very expensive.
They're Disney level.
But that's what you get. You get very good
It
quality
is.
on what
You
you're
get
getting.
what you pay for.
So,
Okay, so that ABD.
would you rather have...
Could I pick any ABD?
No.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Sorry, I got really excited with the ABD.
Okay, would you rather have 1 week ABD in Europe, all expenses paid, anywhere you could go,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
or
Mm-hmm.
a 3-week ABD in the US, anywhere you could go?
1 week ABD in Europe. 1 week ABD in Europe.
Interesting.
Yeah, it seems so exotic and romantic, and it's like
But
I've never been over
that's
there.
3 weeks in America, in places you've never seen in America, and we have a big old freaking country.
From sea to shining sea.
I mean, what is it? I think most of Europe fits in like what?
True, Wisconsin.
No. No, but I know Texas covers a lot of Europe.
Yes, you're right. So we do have a very big country connected to an even larger continent.
True.
Good, but
That was a true fact. There you go.
yes, it was. That's why I didn't say Greg fact on that one because
Yeah.
I know it's true. But Europe, I think, would be my choice. Really tough, but again, I might be sensationalizing Europe. But I've never been there.
Romanticizing it a little
Yeah, I
bit.
think it will be great. I mean, it's the old world. It's the old country. You know, you get to see some very, very established cultures. You get to, again, I think it's just the cultures that I want to experience, that I want to grow with, that I want to also honor and learn a little bit when I'm there. Because you know, when you're in America, that's great. We know the culture. I mean, granted, there are different aspects to the culture. There are subcultures within the American culture, but I view like
Southern hospitality is a real thing.
yes, exactly, and they have great pecan pie down there.
Yep.
Yes.
Did I tell you about the time me and my then girlfriend, which is my wife now, we were going down there, and that was the time I was gonna go propose to her, and my buddy David and his girlfriend were there. Now his wife were going down there with us. We were flying, and there was this couple from, I think it was Georgia, and we were talking, and they found out we were from Wisconsin, so we were just, and they were about our age, so we were spitting it back and forth. And they're like, "Oh, do you guys love cheese up there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, we're freaking down cheese." I'm like, "Yeah, we love
nobody's
cheese.
business.
Dude, we love cheese." And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, and so we just talked about something, and I don't know how the topic came up, but we started talking about pie, and I was just like, I don't know if they asked me or I said I didn't, but I was like, "Yeah, I don't like pecan pie," and they were like dumbfounded, and they're from the South,
It's a staple.
and they had a pretty good accent. They're like, "What? You don't like pecan pie? Oh my goodness, pecan pie is the best."
Oh my dear Lord.
Yeah, I mean, the girlfriend clutched her pearls.
There's a lot of pearl clutching going on there.
She had no pearls, but it was one of those things where they were like, "How do you not like that pecan pie?"
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, so you can get that, like,
Wow.
but it was going back to what you said,
Yeah.
there's different things. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah. But again, I think there's more of a different culture that I want to experience and actually learn from with that week ABD in Europe over US, because I could go on a US road trip anytime, but I think
That's 3 weeks of Disney access and touring that you may not get.
I still would find it more worth it to do a week in Europe. Yeah, I think I would derive more pleasure from it at this current juncture in my life, I would say. But that's a really good question. I'm gonna just throw it back to you there. What would you choose?
Man, that's really tough. I mean, me and my wife want to go to Europe, and I mean, I would love to see all
Have you
that.
been out of the country?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been on cruises, and that takes you to Mexico.
Okay, well, like outside of cruises. Or like you've flown
no,
there. Okay.
no. I mean, I was born in India. Does that count? Probably not. I was
No,
2.
no.
My wife's been to Ireland. I promised I would take her back to Ireland one day. I would say, oh man, because there's so much. I love history. I love food. I love trying different cultures. But I would have to say, I don't know. There's so much of America that I have been to, but there's areas I haven't been to. I haven't been to like Central. Like I haven't been to Utah. I haven't been to Kansas. I haven't been to. But I don't know. If I had to be pressed and I could only pick one, I mean, but that's 3. And here's my other struggle, guys. That'd be 3 weeks off with my family. So
Right. Yeah.
that's my struggle right now.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. That one's too tough for me to answer because there's.
And it's his own question.
Let me put it this way: I would choose 3 weeks in America, and travel there. Right now, in this circumstance, like you said, in life,
Yeah.
if
Okay.
when my kids get older and they would appreciate going to a different country and learning more and seeing more,
That makes
they just
sense.
wouldn't. They honestly would not appreciate the history of what they're seeing.
Sure.
The value of what they see, it would not hit them as well. Where in America, it's like, it still will be the same way, but I'm in America. I didn't travel all the way to different countries and have them waste that. So I'm not saying waste it on America, but I'm just saying like, if they liked it and we can make memories, it's like, oh, well, we can go back. Instead of going on a big ABD, we could just take a road trip there and that'd be fine.
Sure.
That's my
I can
opinion
respect
in this stage of life.
I like that. Yeah.
So, all right, Greg, your final question for me.
So this one, I know you're going to say, "Oh man, that's a tough one."
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's a tough one.
Would you rather?
Oh, jeez. you just said the basic
I
thing.
just said like the default.
Would you rather? That's just part of the whole show,
Chris
Chris.
has a meltdown. Oh jeez.
I would, couldn't be could, or should.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather be the head honcho for the Disney movie, like production, in terms of,
Everything for movies has to go through me.
yes,
Okay.
or would you be the head of Disney parks? And you can change whatever you want for better.
Oh my
Right? Look at him. Which one would you choose? Would you go the movie entertainment route, or would you do the actual theme parks, their future?
Oh my.
I know. This is like the end all be all would you rather question.
Ah.
Right. See, I wasn't downplaying it, man.
Dude, this is so tough. Oh my gosh.
I think I broke Chris. I think I broke you.
Dude, it's tough.
I know him so well. I knew he'd say that. Granted, I didn't know that he'd make those noises. I didn't even think a human could make those noises, but he made them. Go with your gut. What does your gut tell you?
I have to do with the parks.
Woo! All right.
I have to
All
go
right.
parks.
Yes. Me too. I would agree.
Dude, that was tough because there were a lot of movies I would love to see be made or different things. I'm a huge movie buff. I have a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of movies. I have a whole tower of DVDs and Blu-rays and all that stuff. Like, totally into that stuff. Oh my gosh, that makes it so tough. Because now since they acquired Fox, there's even more
Right.
open to
Exactly. Look, see, the more you think about it, it's like we need to like do a deep dive, deep diagnosis. We need to.
I still am going to go with the parks. Here's why.
Okay.
I think I would do better helping that area of the company from the perspective of being a Disney guest more. Because there would be a lot I would change.
Oh, same here.
So, I mean...
Same here. We're pretty strong-minded when it comes to that.
Yes, I mean...
And we're very similar on what needs to be changed.
I mean,
So,
number one, cast members. Hire more, pay more, staff more. At all times. That will improve the guest experience.
yep.
Number two, build another park.
Please.
Number 3, provide more food options. Just parks? Does parks and resorts fall into the same category?
Oh yes. Yeah. In this
More
question,
resorts.
I know they're popping up like rabbits here, but we need more.
Family-based ones.
Exactly.
Ones that are literally meant to hold 4 to 6 people.
Oh, I know. There's so many that are just.
And make that like the whole thing for multiple different buildings.
Yep.
So that way it's like, we're not gonna, and the thing is, don't charge an arm and a leg, because it's not like one section of the hotel. It's literally build 3 or 4 hotels that's meant for those.
Specialized. Yep.
Yes. And then also, I mean, I guess you already have really nice hotels that like couples could go to, like Wilderness, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, things like that. But, so I would have to do parks, because I feel like I've experienced enough and with the parks and known a lot of people and talked to a lot of people and listen and read a lot about it. And I'm not saying Disney doesn't, but if you do, these things should have been fixed, because it's been the same thing that's been spitting out of people's mouths for the past 10 years.
Right.
We won't get on that hobby horse right now.
Right.
But that's what I would say.
Right. I would agree. I think there's a lot more that I could improve upon in the parks than in the movies. Granted, it was really tough when I thought of this question on which one to pick, because my mind immediately gravitated towards the whole Star Wars franchise and what Disney did to Star Wars. Not a huge fan of their direction, so I'm like, if I could sink my teeth into that, I could just make that into the juggernaut that it was before Disney acquired it.
Okay.
And then some. But, I mean, overall, I am happy with what Disney is still pumping out in terms of movies, TV shows, their streaming service. So that one can be put on the back burner. What I think is something that is more paramount of my attention and what could be changed for the better, because I have a lot of ideas like Chris. I would definitely want to be in charge of the parks and
Parks and resorts.
Parks and resorts, yeah. To make the experience better for the guests, for the cast members, for just everything in general. So yeah, wasn't that a good one?
Yeah. Dude,
I don't mean to
tough.
toot my own horn, but like
that
that
was
one,
so tough.
I'm proud.
Because there's so many movies that I would be like, oh.
To change or even to make too.
Or because I mean, you have all of Marvel.
Yeah, dude.
You have Star Wars. You have all these Fox movies now. But therein lies the danger, because this is why I wouldn't want to do it, because films, like, if you don't make them right, it can be a huge bust.
Right, exactly.
Where I feel like with parks, I know that group better, and I feel like I would accomplish what people want.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And I feel more safe saying that.
Right. Same here.
Okay.
But still, I think any day of the week, as of right now, just based on how we're viewing the parks and what's going on, would definitely choose to be the head honcho of Disney Parks and Resorts.
All right. So, I was kind of thinking along the same line of job.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
A job. So, would you rather be the kind of like, I don't know if I would say like the head guy, but would you rather be an Imagineer? Pick any way, any kind of Imagineer you want to be, whatever. You're not in charge of like the Imagineers, but you are an Imagineer.
Okay.
Whether that's you're an Imagineer that makes the
new
floats
ride,
for the parades, or rides, or you get an idea for like sculptures,
or planning out a new park,
or something like that.
Yeah.
Or would you rather? Here we go.
Oh man, yeah. There's a laugh that preceded that, so I don't know what he's thinking.
Would you rather be the guy? Okay, I'll make this more restrictive, because this is way too broad. So I'll make this more restrictive.
Do it.
Would you rather be the guy? Would you rather be the engineer in charge of a new park, or the Imagineer in charge of a new set of resorts?
Ooh. Ooh. I would choose park. I would choose park. Be in charge of a new park
Okay.
over the resorts. Mainly because based on what just I'm currently seeing, Disney has so many great classic parks with, you know, different lands within each one, different rides. But again, they're very limited. And again, to stay in tune with the changing times, they're doing a lot of renovations. They're taking out a lot of beloved, you know, rides to, you know, put in new ones, things like that, because their space is not growing. And of course, a new park is much needed. So I think that would be a great thing to just be super creative about. Like, you know, one of our earlier episodes, we talked about the Dark Kingdom, a completely villainous kingdom. That would be so much fun to design, to just control. I'm currently happy with the resorts that Disney has. Granted, there are so many things lacking in the resorts, like you talked about, just the spaciousness of some of the rooms, making it more specialized to bigger families, bigger groups. But I'm content, I'm very happy with the resorts that I've stayed at and with just what I'm seeing and with the upkeep of those. So in terms of urgency, definitely a park. And so that's what's making me lean towards I would love to create a new park, because that's what I think Disney needs more than resorts right now. But again, it's just free range, because it's cool to be able to create a resort for people to live and to people sort of to experience life outside of the parks. But come on, it would be anybody's dream to sort of have the run of the park, to create it your way,
That's
to
true.
create the worlds, the rides, how it will look, how it will interact with each other. Again, I think it poses more of a challenging atmosphere, and for me, I'm all about the challenge.
I think it's the opposite.
Really?
Because if you have a whole park, you have a whole park to think of. But now, if you think of like what's more of a challenge, you have a whole park, you can do whatever you want with it. But you have a resort. So how are you going to theme the resort, engage people to come into that resort? Are you to have
I
different
guess
areas?
it's a little bit more, I guess, structured. Whereas that's like it's a park, it's a world, you can just do whatever. But again,
I think that's where,
it's what can you do that hasn't been done already. You know, it's sort of that pushing the envelope.
because I think that's where the idea of like the new Star Wars hotel, like they're trying to do this thing with the new.
Yeah, completely, like you immerse
Immersive.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would probably go with park too, but I don't know. I feel like there's resorts. There's a lot of stuff that could be done with resorts,
Sure.
just creatively, and potentially give that kind of feel of what people want. So I don't know. I think I would go with your position to a park. Most people would just say park, obviously. So that probably wasn't a good example.
No, but it was good though. I mean, knowing where we come from and how much we enjoy
I think a
both
better
aspects.
question. I think a better question would have been set of resorts or a set of ships.
Ooh, like for the cruise line.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think that would have been a little bit more analogous.
probably
We'll have to think about that at a different time.
right. Exactly. That's for the next Would You Rather.
Yes, this
Part
is
3.
part today's. All right, you guys. That has been our Would You Rather episode.
Part 2. It was great.
2. So it was a fun time. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what your answers would be on any of the questions that we discussed and how you would be different, and any of those details.
Yeah, and if you have any other cool, new, different Would You Rather questions, fill us in. We'll be more than happy to share our 2 cents.
Excellent. All right, you guys. It was a fun time.
As always, this is your place to get your Disney fix.
I don't know, what am I supposed to say? Your place to get your Disney fix. Is there another ad? I don't think there's an ad.
I guess that's it.
Oh, I guess that's it.
There-
I just make things awkward. All right.
There we have it, folks.
All right, you guys. You have a good one, okay? Peace.